Tell everybody you're streaming.
Yeah. Oh, that's the one part I didn't do, did it? Is it? I didn't even tell the fleet general.
I only remember because last time.
Ha ha ha. I said it everywhere else, but here in our own general. Because, you know, that's a good thing to do. Hey, everybody, don't watch.
Right.
No.
Hey, targeted audience. Don't worry about this.
It's fine. It's fine. There we go. No, don't echo. Don't echo. Thank you. All right, preview window. Chat open. There we go. You stay right there, little phone. I said stay right there. Thank you. All right, hello. Welcome to our second stream of the Tales of the Fall and Rise of House SupQit'aH. We're going to start our second tale, our second session, Flight of the Doq'connaQ'a, as we continue to see where our brave heroes of the Empire go to next, and what terrible things they wrought upon the land and whatnot. But before we get going, history is written by victors whom have never borne witness to the events of time. Great people, great houses, and even the great empire itself has legends that pass the lips of warriors across space and time. Legends of warriors who lived much, fought much, and honored not only their ancestors, but inspired their descendants. From the hand of Kahless strapped to his chair, to his victory over the Romulans, to his disappearance into the stars and promise of return. These are the great tales that modern Klingons dispute to the point of steel and blood. We now look to the Bemoth star system, where treason continues, and our heroes struggle on. Oops. Oops, I had it. Why'd I turn it off? Alright. So, it's still set to Cyberpunk. Stream thing, you bloody... Hold on, I have to fix this. Of course it is. One moment. You're watching this on stream. This is actually, in fact, Star Trek. It is not me playing Cyberpunk 2077. The graphics have not gone down that bad. Just in case you're wondering.
Newest glitch.
Big glitch. Big glitch. But yes, while I'm fixing that, the lore last we left off, the lore singer was leading you guys away from the obliterated Fortress of the Fallen, into the inner parts of the mountainous isle where the fortress is maintained. And actually, speaking of, given the frosty hills that you're ascending and the speed at which you're traveling, I'm going to ask all of you for a fitness plus con roll, difficulty of, let's say 2.
Okay. So we're navigating a mountainous region here, is that right?
Yes, you're navigating a mountainous region.
Just gonna assign 2 to my con.
Okay.
You will take a threat for an extra die. Well,
There we go.
nothing I can really do about that.
You fools! It turns out you're playing Cyberpunk Red this whole time. Alright. I gained a threat back there. Oops, I didn't mean... Oh, that's you guys rolling. I was like, why am I rolling?
I will also give you a threat. I don't think.
I love the 3D dice.
Well, I have 0 successes and a
I don't
competition.
know if that's good or not, but yeah, I rolled low.
There you go.
Gain 1 momentum.
Yeah.
Oops, I grabbed 12 momentum, not 12 threat. That's my bad. Recall. Oop. As Lorsinger, Sasir, and Tarkon continue forward, the terrible terrain and the exertion begins to wear at the rest of you. As each of you take 4 stress.
Does our resistance come into play with that?
Yes, so you only take... your armor helps you keep a little warm, and you're naturally hardy Klingon, so each of you takes 1 stress.
Don't Klingons have a problem with cold? With that? Oh, you said the armor keeps us warm, so never mind.
But Tarkin, you notice that you and Sasir are starting to outpace the rest of the group.
Despite being the eldest here, Tarkin looks back, just gives a smile to himself. Those young ones don't have their mettle. His bones
I
are
do.
starting to also feel the cold though, and as he keeps his demeanor up, he's potentially may not do very well going forward, but I'll try to keep up as much as he can.
Oda's just growling in frustration, catching himself with the butt of the glaive as he almost goes into a small crevasse. Baka.
Shall we slow down, Hod? Shouts Sasir.
No! Continue. If you reach the ship first, begin to cycle it to fly.
Fitness con roll for
Will,
everybody once
jump.
again. Diff 2.
Take another threat.
Do you want to use momentum? Let's see.
Ooh,
That's right, we do have momentum, so I'll tell you what, instead of a threat, I'll
Fine,
give
then.
you... Well, who has the best fitness security? I mean, fitness con.
Oh, fitness con, you're right.
well, my fitness is at a 12.
What's
so
your
it'd probably
con?
be me. My control is 11.
No, your con.
I have con is 0.
Okay, yeah, you're rolling fitness con, so
Yeah. So you assign when you do a roll that has a 0 in it, you assign 3, 2, 2, or 1 to the stat, and that's for the list of stuff that makes your that fills in the rest of your sheet.
My con to 1.
Okay.
So when number for focus.
It's 1 unless you have a focus that applies, in which case you put the number of the discipline. That
Would wilderness survive?
Wilderness survival would apply here.
Complicated number is 20.
So got the momentum back.
Did I make that?
Discipline.
Check something on that macro. That's something I want.
3, 2, 2, 1. So.
Would-
Okay, ignore this next roll. I'm just looking at something on a macro.
Alright,
Kaz,
according to
Kaz-
the thing, I'm
Yeah.
setting my con to 3.
Okay. Kazo, you're rolling. Something's funky with how you're rolling.
I use a task
think-
roller.
I think you need to put the number. Are you writing down fitness plus con?
Correct.
Yeah,
try
that's
to
what it
just-
is.
You add the two numbers together and put that in the field.
There it is.
That
Ooh,
looks
and that's a
pretty
crit.
Yeah, it doesn't account for crits, but
different. I'm still
Yeah, it does. It's the number's green.
oh, it does. Yeah,
It doesn't put it in the successes, but that's 2 successes.
I did get a complication though, so Tarkin spoke too fast.
Corbinian, did Cessnir get a momentum out of that roll?
difficulty was 2, so no.
Well, but she.
Oh,
rolled
for her,
2.
she's
Yeah.
she's not rolling. She's just progressing.
Okay.
For her, it's a non-roll because this is terrain she's vastly familiar with. So
Of course.
like when you see her move, she's moving through this like it's a road, like it's of no trouble to her. But it doesn't seem particularly fit. It's just movements of somebody who's used to being here a lot.
Right.
No one takes any damage because you soak the damage through your resistance. However, it looks like Tarkin, as he's moving forward, his leg falls through the snow and gets lodged. As Oda and Rorik catch up to him. And Torg and Keldar are still struggling to get up this darn mountain because the terrain is very treacherous. And they're trying not to do exactly what Tarkin just did.
The snow. It's all around us. Can never get out of it.
trying to
Oda
show
will-
us we're not the step, huh, old man?
Oda will come up behind Tarkin and grab him under the armpit and try and help him hoist out of the snow. Keep moving, old man.
1 second, I'll be right
I'm
back.
trying.
Do what?
He said he'll be right back.
Gotta step away for just a sec.
I hope there's not much more to go. As he tries to wriggle out.
However much there is, you will make it. We will need you to detect the weaknesses of our enemies so that we may strike
There we go.
through.
I've survived this long, I will survive many more years. Do not worry.
That's the spirit.
where's further over? Anyway. So, give me a fitness plus fitness con, difficulty 2, but Tarkin can assist. So can Roar because you're nearby. So to assist, you roll only 1 die instead of 2.
Since I'm getting 2 assists, I'm just going to roll 2 dice. Focus.
Sorry, what was that fitness con again for getting out?
Yeah, for getting for pulling Tarkin out of the snow.
So that's actually 3 successes with the crit.
And we can assist. Tarkin can assist.
Tarkin and Rorik can both assist.
Alright, there's 2 momentum gain total.
Missile roll.
Yeah, fitness con assist, so you're just rolling 1 die to pull Tarkin out. And we're just collecting some momentum at this point.
Hey.
Cool, so a total of 3 momentum gained.
Yeah, I got my key.
Good.
So we're up to
Showered
4.
up.
We're almost there! Keep climbing! Shouts Sasir. It's actually a lot harder to hear Sasir for Torg and Keldar, because she's actually gotten quite a bit up that mountain now. We can hear her over the wind and the rush of the snow.
We making another roll then?
Yes, another fitness con roll.
I would like to use a momentum this time.
I will also use momentum.
Very good.
And survival still applies.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
No momentum gained as yet.
So that should be. Oh no. That should
1,
be
2,
3
3. Yep.
successes.
See, Tarkin just generated a momentum.
Okay. Oh, that's threat. Can Oda kind of hold position and help the Keldar and Torg?
Yes, you can choose to assist instead of progressing forward.
Yeah.
Can I use my determination
Distance would be accepted.
with brute strength is not the most important asset in a fight?
I'd have to take a different value. Wouldn't be able to take that one.
Because it's not a fight.
Yeah. My reasoning.
Well, it's a fight against the mountain.
Actually, you know what? In proper Klingon fashion, I will take that, because that makes sense to
Punch
Klingons.
that wall. Punch that mountain.
Okay.
Take that hill.
I will conquer this mountain! Rah! No, he literally means he's going to conquer it.
So I will shake off Oda's assistance and tell him to go assist Torg.
I'll clap him on the back. Come, warriors of SupQuit'aH! Your skills will be needed. Up this hill.
Roll a single die to see if Keldar actually is able to catch up to you with that assistance.
Inspiration is a focus.
Yep. You can use presence plus command if you want.
Sure.
Since you're shouting encouragement.
It's actually a must roll. So I'll go ahead and give you a threat for bold since I'm using command.
Okay.
After the 3rd die.
Whoops. Did I actually do myself? I did not.
So that's 3 successes with the
Okay, well,
focus.
and Torg, you were re-rolling?
Give me a second.
Sure.
When he attempts his reroll, is there any way I can mock him to try to inspire him?
Oh wait, I can re-roll one, can't I? Bold. Spent, might as well.
Yeah, you can roll 1d20 and add and do a presence command or security roll.
I'll do presence security.
There we go. That's another momentum.
I'm not sure what that equates to, but okay.
It did.
So, did Keldar get any momentum for when he did his determination spend?
One success. Oh, Keldar didn't reroll his dice yet.
Okay.
You roll 2d20.
Okay. 2.
Keldar just made it
Okay.
with it on his dice alone.
Okay, so I think that's just a total of 2. We're up to 5 momentum total.
Okay, I see what it is. For 4 momentum, the group of you can, through shouting and encouragement, catch up to Sasir. As you know, she's getting quite a bit of distance, and you're all kind of together.
Yeah, let's do it.
I think that's yes.
I think that'd be appropriate.
As you start working together as a team and start climbing up the mountain and helping each other get up faster, either through literally hauling each other up or just shouting at each other.
The Klingon way.
Right. Snowball fight!
Yeah.
Sasir takes something out of her pocket and taps, and it looks like to be some sort of a device. She taps some of the buttons on it. Way bigger than that.
Yes.
It should be pointed that way, more like. There.
Katinga?
Before you is a Crimson Continga class vessel. That's wrong. Actually, you can now. Don't know the stats of it quite yet, but you recognize its frame, which is basically a heavily refit D7.
Torg
Is it
whistles in
old?
Excitement or in awe.
Everyone, get aboard into your stations. We launch immediately.
I will board the ship.
Yes, Taken will follow the Hod's command.
As you walk through the halls, you notice that this ship is styled in much the same way as your father's. And what? Whoa! Hello, Raiders. Hello. Just noticed everyone just rolled in. Hi. We're playing Star Trek Adventures Klingon. For those of you who are just tuning in, AD Springer, also known as Corbinian, and playing with a bunch of people from the 10th Expeditionary Fleet. But yeah, thanks for coming by. Hello. So, sorry, I just looked down at the chat. I was like, oh crap. Didn't notice you guys. Sorry. Yes. Where was I? Yes, you guys had walked upon, had boarded the ship. It is an older ship, that of your father's and grandfather's day. The walls, as opposed to the red lights start lighting up as you walk the decks. And all the walls have that hue of red glow that more modern Klingon ships are used to having.
And you said the ship was styled like our father's, or you were starting to say something?
Oh, that's what I mean, is that it was styled in the way of your father's ships. Like that, this is the way older ships were made. Okay. So there's a lot of designs, like the hallways are different, but this is something that would be. It's not a modern day ship.
Right. Lore Singer, is the Doq'connaQ'a crewed, or is it just us?
It is just us at the moment. We have to collect more crew, either from the ruins of the city or in nearby settlements. Most of your crew for your ship were meant for the station, but thankfully we're left here. Hopefully they scattered away from the city when the station came down. Actually, I'm jumping the gun a little.
Keldar, Tarkin, we're going to need to get the ship automated as much as possible until we can get the crew aboard.
I will work on obeying the Hod's commands.
Certainly, Hod.
New scene. Go down one momentum. Nope, wrong music. Ha.
Does this come over the speakers in the ship?
There's just a certain level of awe that you feel as you step aboard the ship. As you're looking at controls that have been... Supposedly this legendary ship was flown by SupQuit'aH himself in his old age. And fought many great battles. It's almost been destroyed on multiple occasions, but here it stands, one of the few things that seem to be left of the House SupQuit'aH. Much like the glaive that Oda is running around with.
Lore Singer, can you operate the communication system?
Your engineer should be able to access it now. She steps to the back controls, starts typing in command codes to open up all your displays start lighting up. And you begin to gain access to the ship. So you should be able... Whoops, don't do that. Do not do that. Wait, we do need that because you need to be able to control the thing. At the top, you should see the TBE Doq'connaQ'a appear. And you should be able to see the stats of your ship. With all its various talents and weaponry. And its 3 shuttle pods.
Damn, 12 refits. This thing's a beast.
It has phaser banks?
Yep, because that's what they used in the old Katingas. Disruptor cannons and phaser banks. Actually, for one step further, this thing's actually, I'm actually wrong. This is a D7. This thing's old. Well, it's seen many refits and brought up to more modern designs.
So disruptor cannons for close-in work and phaser banks for the longer ones.
I'm gonna destroy so many ships.
Yeah, you have a good one as well, Schwabe.
Great, I know exactly what the hell I'm doing with this beast.
I will say, Hot Oda, whom do you wish me to contact on the communicator?
First priority is to get this ship where only the 6 of us can run it.
I imagine that will take some time.
That will be a control engineering roll, difficulty 2, assisted by the ship's computers plus engineering. Actually, I take that back. The ship can't assist you because there's no one else here.
Can Tarkin assist then?
Yep. Oop, you rolled challenge dice there, Keldar.
Torg reports his station operational and ready to go.
So we're trying to program this, the ship, can't we? Just thinking of that. Okay.
Say again, Tarkin, I lost you.
I'm just thinking whether I should create a focus. That's all. Focus is great.
Would a jury rigging focus apply here?
It can, yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh.
Or emergency repairs, maybe? I don't.
Emergency repairs wouldn't really apply here because you're not repairing anything. The ship works. You're just trying to get it to do something it's not normally doing. It doesn't normally do.
All right.
Can I use my science to do some programming instead of engineering? Is this...
Thank you for the follow, Hotwired Gaming. Yeah, I'll let you use science to assist from the programming aspect of it.
Okay, and I will take the bold science talent, and we'll give you a threat.
Okay.
It's like 1 momentum gained.
I might re-roll that 17 just to see whether I get more momentum.
Oh, actually, when you roll to assist, shoot, I don't even know if task roller counts for that. Yeah, when you roll to assist, you only roll 1 die. But since you have a reroll, I'll take that 13 instead.
Didn't I use because I had the bold? I used a threat to get an additional dice.
Oh,
And
sorry.
I
I thought that was Keldar who said that. That's my bad. Sorry. So Keldar should have had 1 extra die, and Tarkin would have had only 1 die to roll. Because assist, you can't buy dice. Only the main roller can buy extra dice.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my bad.
So that should be an extra.
18 is not low enough.
No.
So we have a total of 3 successes? Or no?
No, just 2.
Yeah,
The
three.
first dice was 17.
But Tarkin, you had a bold reroll, right?
No, he's
Yeah,
assisting.
that's right.
Yeah, so.
That's but bold is only if you buy threat.
Oh, that's right. You're right, yeah. Never mind. That does mean, though, that I get one less threat. So there's that. I do not benefit from that. But yeah, no. With a bit of work, you are able to get some automation from the systems. The ship can assist with its systems, but it won't be able to assist with departments, because departments is a reflection of the actual manpower you have in those departments. But you can get the computer you've gotten the computer to kind of automate a lot of the systems in emergency mode.
Okay.
What about the targeting systems?
Yep, your weapon systems are operational.
Can I take a
I know I
focus
got
and
the
troubleshooting?
weapons powered up, but I'm talking about the self-targeting system.
Self-targeting system? How do you mean?
Or the automated targeting.
Yep. Sensors are operational as well, so that links with the weapon system will help target the other vessels.
Okay, how about where are we standing with shields?
Your shields are down because you're on the planet's surface.
Okay. And I'm reporting my station operational.
Someone asked about troubleshooting.
I was wondering if I could take a focus in troubleshooting to kind of help speed the process up of figuring out, one, how to make us more 5-man operational.
You could take that focus now. I mean, you did do a role related to it, so makes sense. Oh, wait, you didn't do it. Jeez, I'm mixing up your names with your characters, and I get you guys confused sometimes. It's my bad. But Rourke, you can actually roll to assist from your position since you're in the first officer chair, and you can take the troubleshooting focus and roll presence command or presence engineering to assist.
I could roll engineering if need be.
I'm going to put my 3 into engineering. Oh, and I'm assisting, so it's only 1 dice, correct?
Right. So 1 momentum has been generated.
Got it.
Yes, from the 4 major stations plus the controls in the command chair, you're able to manage most of the systems. Lore Singer in the back mainly seems to be accessing a secondary computer system that is dedicated to any particular department. It's more of a general overlay and access panel.
I think I actually have the best helm here, so transfer helm control to my station.
Comply with however I need to send it over to.
Yep. You type into your computer and the controls will switch over to the captain.
Who has the highest con score?
I'm guessing me because my con is 4.
No, you got me by 1.
Well, you're going to be needed on weapons anyway.
Yep, you need me on weapons.
So we are ready for basic operations now?
Actually, each station, since you're all going to be checking your stations like Torque did, each of you roll for me reason or insight plus your relevant department. So Tarkin would be science, Keldar be engineering. Rourke, it actually would be command because you're kind of checking to make sure everyone's communicating with each other properly. Targ be security. Oda, since you're the one who's looking at the con station, or you've taken con control, you'd be inspecting the con controls to make sure everything's laid out the way it's supposed to be.
Right. What's the diff?
Diff 1. It's a pretty easy task. You're just doing general check-in, make sure everything's working.
Are we being assisted by the ship?
Yes, I'll roll for the ship to. Oh.
Would troubleshooting apply here?
Yes. Wait, the ship can't assist with you, Keldar, because you didn't get any successes.
Taking a focus and helm control.
Okay. Oops, those should be on the map layer. Whoopsie.
Would a focus of sensors operations apply?
Yes, it would.
So that's 2 successes.
No help from the ship. And
2 momentum gained.
I just need a roll from Torg. So Tarkin made it. Kazo made it. Or Kazo. Rorik made it. Yeah, going through order. Torg, as you check your station, you notice that
We've got 2 momentum gained. Can I spend that to quash that complication?
Sure.
Okay.
Never mind. Torg, everything's working fine. Tarkin, the sensors look to be operational. Doesn't look like the ship has any special talent or configuration for its sensor net. It seems to be more directed toward weapon locks and rather than more general sensor sweeps, and it's also special. It also seems to have some focus for navigation and avoiding hazards. Okay, some people saw them. Oh no! Oh no! Tick. Captain, you hit it and you get generated. The flight system does seem to be working pretty well. Again, there doesn't seem to be any particular focus in the systems. It does look like there is a redundant backup system in the engine block, in the engine pit, so it should be a little more resilient to any damage to the engine room area in the rear of the ship.
That will come in handy.
Rorik, it seems everyone seems to be working fairly fine. There are no reports from the rest of the ship, but then again, you knew that already. Everyone who is on the ship is in this room, but everyone seems to be working fine enough. No one seems particularly stressed out. Oh, by the way, all your stress, as you can see on your tickers, they all got the full when a new scene started. Right. So, Keldar, you notice as you're checking over the ship and its systems, it seems that the maintenance of the ship has been lacking, and to the point that any future tasks regarding engineering or communications is increased by 1, simply because there hasn't been any laborers working in those areas for a while. So they're working, they're functional, but you know the ship's going to give you problems, and you're going to need to spend, when you get like a crew of laborers to kind of start crawling around everywhere, until then, you're not going to be able to fix that. It's just something it's just the good old-fashioned cleaning out the gunk, cleaning the filters, replacing various systems and whatnot.
Okay.
To Seer reports, seems to be a general call-out from various Klingon ships in the area. They seem to be demanding a capture of the USS Kismet. Trying to read up on other news feeds. Seems to confirm the story that Traitor spoke of about the station being used to attack the planet by Starfleet, or at least this Kismet ship. Whether they're loyals of the Starfleet or traitors is unknown. However, that hasn't changed the fact that the rest of the fleet is still closing in on the planet. They've very pointedly left out the fact that we're still alive.
Battle conditions. Prepare to launch.
I got them.
As soon as we clear the surface,
Ready.
raise shields.
Aye, sir.
Hot Oda. Might there be other loyal House members who are stranded on the planet?
Indeed, we go to find our crew now.
To
See if you
erase the
can't
probe.
see if you can't restore communications through the House networks. Find us our people. Tell them. Let's see. I'll find us. Tell them. Let's see. What's his name? Tarkin. Find me a likely place near Bamoth Central City, where survivors and loyalists can gather. We'll beam them up from there.
Yes, sir.
Keep an eye out for that ship. For the manga.
Captain. Shall I engage our cloak as well?
Cloaking device is under my control.
I will point out that we'll bring down our shields, says the lore singer.
Exactly. Plus, I'm not sure I want to spend that power now, particularly with no engineering crew. Besides, let our enemies and our allies both know that House SupQit'aH still flies. And I kind of ring the spike of the ancestral glaive on the metal floor of the bridge as I take us up in a brutal combat style launch.
Tarkin grips the console as he does a census sweep of the city, looking out for survivors. Do we track them through like their communicators? How? I guess trying to figure out how he would identify loyal members of the house.
Yeah, you could through their communicators. They be tuned to on certain channels. There would be private house channels that people could tune into. Though I will add the complication, as it were, and difficulty increase, because I'm a nice person like that. So you're scanning around for loyal members.
Well, you guys.
So I scrolled way up. It's going to be a recent science roll, difficulty of 3, complication of 2. To part of that, a difficulty increase is one, trying to find the people you're looking for, but also trying to watch out for spies that would be tuning in. Because the problem was the other houses were once, as of like a few hours ago, were loyal to House SupQit'aH. So they would know the SupQit'aH channels to a degree, especially Rasa. So now it's a matter of figuring out, quickly doing security checks and making sure no one's pretending, and these are actual loyal warriors of House SupQit'aH.
Okay. Can I be assisted by the ship and I guess anyone else in the crew?
The ship,
Help.
The ship can assist. The only people who can assist you is either Hododa or La Rourke.
What's the assist roll?
It would be presence. Presence command. Basically, telling him people to look for. Look for Sok so and so, or
Right.
look for the training grounds where Beck such and such, where the Becks such and such are.
Sure. Yeah, I will happily assist.
And I'll use that spend a threat to get an additional die so that I can use my bold.
But only one person can help assist, correct?
Yes. It would be either the captain or Rourke. In this case.
And can someone roll for the ship?
Oh, I'll roll for the ship for you.
And can I use sensors operations as a focus as well?
Yes.
Complication is 2.
Yes. So the captains of assistance.
So that's 4 successes there. And I'll re-roll the 17.
Okay.
6. Yep.
I think that is a total of 4 momentum gain off of that, bringing us to 5.
After scanning of the various relief teams and garrisons around the city proper, you're able to find enough people to... you were able to find the people who were going to be assigned to your ship that are still alive, plus a few general laborers you'll be able to pull from the relief camps.
Hud, we've been able to detect the crew around the Moth station. We may even be able to take some of the laborers from nearby camps to strengthen our forces.
I say we risk a landing to take on crew. We'll be able to load more faster than with transporters, and either way we will be forced to lower our shields.
Darkin, are all of the Klingons you detected in the same area?
Yes, and he seems a bit distracted as he says,
I also detect House SupQit'aH ground forces moving towards the central city. Must make haste.
Transfer the coordinates.
he clicks on his console, transferring those exact coordinates to the HOD.
And I'll get us over there.
Oh, to where the ground troops are?
No, to where we're picking up the...
Oh, okay. Yeah, you start flying over the ruins of the city. The crimson ship dominating the skyline.
Keldar, I need to go out planet-wide if you can get it.
I will do it hard. I will open the communications.
Give me control plus engineering, difficulty 1.
Okay.
And the ship will be assisting, as best it can anyway. Gotta pull up the ship because I need to look that stuff up. Whoop.
Yep, just one success.
Ships of no help. But you're able to get a planet-wide broadcast.
Channel is open hot.
Oda will look into the screen with one hand holding the glaive. I am Oda, son of Kolek. With the death of my father, I am now of House SupQit'aH. I hold the ancestral glaive. I command the ancestral vessel. House SupQit'aH still rules. Our enemies have failed to defeat us and will continue to fail. I call on all loyal members of House SupQit'aH, all loyal retainers, all friends of our house, to join with us to repel the traitors who would seek to undermine and treacherously betray our house. The Doq'connaQ'a is flying again. What more proof do you need that SupQit'aH is never to be defeated?
We'll chime in with a Chong.
Orders hot.
Who was that?
Morsinger.
Yeah.
Work to coordinate the defense and rescue efforts with whoever contacts. For now, the Doq'connaQ'a will serve as house headquarters. You must try and reroute around the cuts in communications and house organization that has been caused by both the fall of the station and the destruction of Bamoth City. Get the weapon of the house back into my hands.
HUD, I'm not seeing anything on the news feeds. I don't think anyone else on the planet heard us. I think most people in the city heard us.
I will double check my communications terminal to make sure it's open to the proper channel.
It seems to be open to the channel, but something seems to be dampening your reach.
You're being jammed by the manga, no doubt. Tarkin, see if you can't detect them. You know the most about House Raza's cloaking technology. See if you can find them.
Yes, Captain. We will find those traitors.
Keldar, continue sending that message, along with communications codes updates so that loyalists may find us.
Yes, HUD.
The transporter's online.
I assume the transporters are online.
Yep, but everything's a little bit harder to transport people.
Well, I just figured if they were online, we could start getting crew in to help us speed up efficiency.
So which one do you want to do first? Do you want to try looking for the manga, the trader vessel nearby, or in cloak, or are you going to start beaming up crew?
I say we look for the manga, the trader vessel, because if they are on our tail, they're waiting for us to drop shields, which we have to do.
Lasers, disruptors, and torpedoes are at the ready.
You will not fire torpedoes within the planetary atmosphere.
Just reporting weapon systems ready, sir.
Understood.
So looking for that ship will be use plus science. Unfortunately, this is made possible at all because Tarkin, you are familiar with Rasa cloaking, even the more advanced techniques of the Rasa house. But all the same, you're looking at a reason science difficulty 5 task.
Thanks. Okay. Okay, I assume sensors operations focus will apply. And I will use my determination of there's no escape for traitors.
Yeah.
No, I think I'll just use. We've got heaps of momentum here, don't we?
Okay.
So,
Yep, 5 momentum.
I'll use 3 of them to get 2, and 1 threat to get a 3rd one. So that's 5 dice altogether. And I'll use my focus of sensor operations. And I think that'll be enough. There's no complication, just standard 20. I think that's enough.
Ship.
I'm going to re-roll the 18.
Ship doesn't help. Yep, 5 so far.
6.
6, gaining momentum.
Did you
Can
spend
I-
your determination?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Can I use that momentum to obtain more information?
You can, yep.
Well, your science officer, you get a freebie question first.
Yep, you always get 1 for free.
Oh, okay. So I will use that one first. Yes. HUD, the enemy vessel is within medium range, and it appears that they're emitting a subspace jamming signal. That's the cause of all the interference here.
If they're in cloak, are their shields down?
Yup. Transfer coordinates to weapons.
Yes, HUD. And he logs that in, shares it with the other consoles for targeting purposes.
Weapons. Phaser banks. Fire. Add power. Hit them hard. So basically I'm wanting to add 2 power to that phaser shot.
New scene as the Doq'connaQ'a engages with the ship in high orbit. And if the other ships in the system were not aware of the Doq'connaQ'a's presence, they are now. So, tactical, to fire upon the enemy vessel. It's a check that is control plus security, difficulty of 2.
Alright, I am rolling for attack.
And how much extra power are you guys throwing into the shot?
2.
2?
So
Okay.
I've taken our power down to a total of 7.
Can I assist?
I'm here, I just had to...
Who asked for assist again?
Rourke.
You can assist, sure.
What are we firing?
Phaser banks.
Will tactics apply here?
Yeah. We'll take tactics in this regard, as you're trying to hit them as effectively as you can. Unfortunately, you're dealing with a rather advanced vessel, so it's hard to predict the tactics of such a vessel.
Yes, that's why that explains.
Oh, the ship helps you. Sorry. Let's see. Does the ship help you?
Tor, what's your security?
What's up?
What's your security score?
My security score is 5.
Okay, so both of those 4s then are 2 successes for a total of 4 successes.
Oof.
A total of 5 successes, so that's 3 momentum. And let's see. Running a total.
Oh.
So, Torg, you want to roll 11 challenge dice.
Melt down.
So that's a hit. That's
How many dice am I rolling?
you are rolling 9, 10, 11. You're rolling 11 challenge dice.
Okay, and that's the D6.
Yes.
Holy shit.
It doesn't add up all those numbers, so 4 5s mean nothing. Phaser banks are versatile, if I recall correctly.
Versatile 2.
So that's something you apply after once it hits. Okay, so don't worry about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I count 8 stress. Before,
Including, and we've got 4 effects, right?
yes.
Okay, so it looks like we got 1, 2,
I thought
3
5
misses total.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 5's in effect too. So.
Oh yeah, 5's effective. So, sorry, that's 9 stress. You're right.
So the 2 4s are the only ones, and the 3. So you got 3 that we didn't hit. I say we spend a momentum to re-roll those 3 first and foremost.
Chong.
So yeah, re-roll 3 challenge dice.
Is that directed at me?
Yes.
Alright.
As you fire... Oh, that's actually disruptor sound, not the phaser sound. Sorry. Wrong sound effect. Forgot this thing has phaser banks.
So
1, 2, and
2
3.
And another effect.
So that is 9, 10, 12.
Yeah, wherever I'm shooting at, we probably just tore straight into it.
Okay, 12 damage. We've got 2 versatile bonus momentum to spend. So I say at least 1 goes into piercing.
Yeah, because I will tell you that with resist, because you get to know that, with resistance, it's taking 7 stress. So it's actually looking at 2 breaches right now. And that's without piercing. And actually, I'll point out, mechanically, penetrating at this point is immaterial because their shields are down.
So we just ripped this thing apart.
Well, we probably didn't destroy it. It's at least scale 4, if not scale 5.
Yeah, it's a scale 5 craft.
Okay, so we're after resistance. We're doing 7 damage.
Yep.
Okay, so
Which amounts to 2 stress because it doesn't accumulate stress. Starships don't
Right.
accumulate stress when their shields are down.
right. Okay, let me find starship training in the book here, or starship combat.
Yeah, in essence, we just ripped two furrows through this thing's hull.
Yeah, this thing's not going to have a happy day. Actually, I'm going to... Oh, wait, I have a cheat sheet for this. What am I doing this? Why am I doing this the hard way for?
Yeah, so we have. Did you say that you've already used one of those versatile?
No, since it doesn't really matter since their shields are down. I mean, we might be able to get. We would get up to 9 damage.
Just add the extra damage. We
We're
want to
already
get that
doing
extra
2 breaches.
Keep in mind that those two don't have to be pure versatile or treated as bonus momentum, so
Right.
you can use them for other things.
Right, that's what I'm looking at now.
Oh, I was also looking for breach table. That was the thing I was looking for.
Huh. They didn't list like the starship momentum spins in the book don't list like devastating attack anymore.
What page is that?
In the Klingon book 204. Oh, they've just renamed it. We could spend those 2 versatile to hit an additional system, which
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's devastating attack. It's the same thing. They've just renamed it.
In which case, I would love to hit their life support system again.
It's a random roll to see where the breaches hit.
Yeah.
Actually, for the 2. Actually, first I see where your bonus stuff goes first
Right.
before I
So,
start
okay.
rolling.
With 12 raw with resist, 7 stress. Let's see. Additional system, which for that would be half the damage. So you probably round up to 8. So 4, which I don't think is quite a breach.
It's if I recall correctly, it's half damage plus the amount of effects minus 1.
Okay, so that probably would do a 3rd breach.
Yep. And I would actually do if it takes any damage at all, that's a breach. If it takes at least 5 damage on top of that, it's a breach as well.
Okay, so yeah, I say we spend the 2 versatile on additional system or devastating attack, whichever way you want to call it.
Yeah, additional system.
So I'm looking at 4 breaches. Awesome.
Shit. One
It's a bad day for a scale 5 ship, especially an NPC ship. Something got hit twice.
Damn, I'm good at my job.
So that's structure, I think, right?
You've impacted their weapons, sensors, and structure as your phaser blast strikes the hull of the invisible foe and lights it up in red in green streams of light.
2 momentum to keep the initiative. Oda will direct tactical. Hit them again.
Hey, Captain.
Just so I don't
Do you
lose track of who's going on.
Do you want
Back
to
to
target?
11 dice.
No, we're not gonna. I don't think we're gonna put power in it this time because we're already down to 7 power, and just the shot itself will take it down to 6. So just roll 9.
Do you want to target? Minor action to target?
For Tarkin to add sensors to the fight, it would be actually you could roll to assist. Yeah, I'll let you roll to assist on this because Rurik already did.
I thought you could like pick
Dice
a
roll in.
system to target, like, because this structure is already damaged. Can we do that?
Say again, sorry.
To target
It ups
a
the difficulty of the shot by 1 if you target
You
a
also
specific system.
can't do it while they're in cloak. So unless they take enough damage to decloak, then it's not an option, I believe.
It is an option. You basically have pierced their cloak. They're as visible to you as daylight now. Now that you have their cloak frequency, so they're kind of in trouble. They're in a lot of trouble right now.
Yeah, I'd honestly say we just, because we've already inflicted 4 breaches.
I'm about to do more, so.
Now, are you playing this as by the NPC ship rules, or are you doing?
This is a boss ship.
Okay, a boss ship. So okay, so their weapons now, sensors, weapons, and structure. So if we can hit their weapons one more time, that's going to put it above half of their scale, which will cause them troubles. So if we are targeting, I would say target weapons.
Tarkin will assist if you can.
Okay.
With that.
Tarkin, you'll assist with reason science, of course.
Yeah.
Torg, to hit your target. So you guys are aiming for something in particular. So you're looking at control plus weps. Diff of 3.
And you get an assist from the captain too, since it's a direct.
Using up 1 power.
Got it.
I already rolled the challenge dice.
No, you roll your d20s first to see if you even hit, because you might miss.
And wait for your assist to come through.
D20.
2d20. Oh, that's Tarkin, sorry. Jumped the gun, my bad. 1, 2, and 3 by my count.
And then here comes Oda's.
Nice.
That's crit with my focus in strategy tactics.
Ow.
This thing is not having a good day.
So
I'm gonna roll damage.
difficulty was 3, so it looks like we gained 2.
I'm gonna roll damage.
Yep, 7.
Yeah, only 7 this time.
Oh shit.
I'll cut off the last 2, don't worry about it. So that 6 and 5 means nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So 7 raw stress. Let's see. We got 2 3s in there, which don't mean anything. Let's reroll 2 with a momentum.
Alright, I'm rerolling 2 dice.
Mm-hmm.
1 more.
1 more die.
Oh, no. You did 1 more stress.
So we got 8 raw. I say we put 1 versatile into piercing.
So that turns it up to 5 stress there.
Okay, that's definitely a breach.
That's 2 breaches because their shields are still down.
Yeah. We've still got 1 versatile. Will devastating attack give us another breach since their shields are down and they are going to take some damage? Yes, it will.
As long as they take some damage after resistance.
All right. So okay, let's put the last versatile plus 1 momentum into additional system or devastating attack.
Additional system. Whoop.
It's weird that the Klingon goes from something that's much more brutal to something.
Schwabe, thank you very much for the follow. Much appreciated. Yeah, I think they changed it because devastating attack sounded like something else. So they'd probably change it to Gear of the Confusion. You have a good one, Shabe. Thanks for coming by, and thanks for the raid. I hate you all just a little bit because you're doing so much stress to this thing.
I'm good at my job.
Okay, so...
Oh, there's a complication.
No, we're just checking where it's hitting.
Oh.
Don't get excited.
Dang it.
Damn.
Yeah, it's all going to weapons. Did we target the weapons? Or?
Oh, you did target. You targeted weapons on particulars. That first hit was automatically into weapons anyway, so...
Yep.
So whatever that first D20 doesn't matter. It's weapons. Which hilariously, what I rolled would have been weps. But oh well. Structure, darn it. There we go. So that means weapons have taken 3 hits so far. Their weapon, anything dealing with weapons until they fix it will be increased by +1.
So it looks like I've
Twice into structure.
Twice into structure. Structure's impacted. Oh, I actually have to check to see if they lost one of their turns. They did not. It happened again, so check again. They did not. Okay. So structures impacted, weapons are damaged, computers are impacted, as is their sensors. So that was Torg that went. Mark, Oda kept the initiative. Unless you're swift tasking Oda, turn goes back to them.
Could I use determination to keep our turn going?
No,
or?
you cannot.
Let me see here.
Because you can only keep the initiative once
Yeah.
until the before the other side gets to go. The swift task is that's a person whose turn's currently going, getting an extra movement. The downside is that the task they're doing is extra difficult.
Huh, power dampening's no longer an option.
Because it's usually a factor, it's a function of a weapon. Or hitting their engines and making their power drop.
Okay.
Oh, that is me.
See, I guess it's their turn.
There we go. So Ow, on their turn, they will pull up their shields for obvious reasons. That was a minor. And
Ooh, with their communications hit, their jamming probably goes down.
yep, the jamming's gone now because they'd have to they lost communications briefly. Even if they spent a minor, they'd have to do a new task to turn it back on again.
See, and
That's not worth it to them. They're in too much danger.
My message. Haha, it's going out now, boys.
For 2 momentum, you could have that message been looping this whole time, waiting for the dampeners to go down.
There you go.
Well, the Hot did order it back when he initially sent the message. So.
Oh, for it to be on loop?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, never mind. Keep those momentum. You called it in advance. Never mind. Man, you guys taking a few hits. So what we'll do. They're going to warp to long range. They're going to warp to long range. She's up one of their power. Well, they went medium to long, so they use up 2 power. My bad. Power is that.
Still in the atmosphere, or are we in actual space right now?
You're in the atmosphere of the planet. So they warped away from your from orbit, and they're moving closer toward the sun. The suns, the binary stars. Eventually, there we go. He's up 2, so boop. Going to spend 2 threat to keep the initiative. Use up one of their turns. They're gonna use up their second turn. I don't know why I keep closing the sheet. It's almost like I need it. Oh shoot, I had to spend an extra minor, so I spent an extra threat because I needed a minor to shut off the cloak in the first place to put the shields up. So, because even if you see me, I still have to spend the turn to turn it off. So, they gonna go? No, they'll let one of their friends jump in there. So they'll have this guy take a turn. One of the nearby Cavort classes will attempt to scan your ship for weaknesses.
What? These are the priest house, right?
Yes, the Batanon. Pull up their sheet. I'll note that everything but the that first ship are using regular NPC rules rather than the boss rules. Just so you're aware.
Cool.
I looked up the stats for a Klingon warrior. Yes, a Klingon warrior is flying through space and he wants to hit you with his batleth.
We're in Discovery now. Did I say that out loud?
I will take the focus extravehicular combat.
You mean you want to transport over? No. I want to fly closer and hit it with my sword.
Yeah. Replace all the torpedo tubes with people launchers.
Yep. Alright, so it has that and that. I bought 2 extra dice with threat. So I'm going 4 dice. What? No, not challenge. Hit the wrong one. 4 dice. Total of 13. Wait, no, hold on. What? Is that right? Yeah, it is. Wrong ship anyway. Focus is not high. Ooh, I don't think they hit it. They needed 3 because they're not close range to you. So they try to scan you from where they are and find your weaknesses, but you're in the atmosphere, which is making it hard for them to get a proper lock on you. They're going to quick task, take a shot at you anyway, just out of desperation. We don't want you to get another lucky shot off. They will buy 2 dice. Fire the disruptors. The difficulty to hit this is not 2, but oh god, they're firing their. Do you guys have banks? You have cannons. All right, so close to medium, medium to long. So that's 2. That's diff 4. They're gonna fire their torpedo. That makes more sense. If they're gonna be a diff 4, might as well be firing their torpedoes while they're at it. Oh, I'll be diff 5 though. Nah, they're not gonna shoot at you. They're just gonna move closer, which is still a task I have to do. Diff normally is 0. It's now diff 1 because I swift tasked. So I'm rolling 4 dice plus the ship. Oh, the ship didn't assist with that last roll. Sorry. That's why I missed. 15 is not enough to assist. So yeah, the weapon missed anyway. Good. Oop. One. Oh, they hit it. Generate some threat, guys, with the ship. Any threat. You piece of junk. Whee! They move into medium range. For all that threat I spend. Oh well. Turn goes back to you. The only people I've yet to act are Rourke, Keldar, and Tarkin.
I thought I already acted.
You assisted with the roll. But you did not act for yourself.
I might recommend that Keldar does a restore power task.
Yeah, that was my plan.
Because we've got that ship talent that lets us get more power back, so if we have momentum to spend.
So you're looking at a daring or control plus engineering, difficulty 2.
Okay, I am going to roll daring plus engineering, which gives me a 17 target number. And I'm going to spend a momentum to get an extra die.
Gotcha.
Is focus of EPS systems, would that apply?
Yes, it would.
Okay.
Oh, I'll point out, well, you rolled. I just remembered that all engineering tasks are increased by 1 because you haven't gotten maintenance done yet. But still, diff 3, I think you still succeeded. Plus, you hit your discipline, so that's actually 5. So you actually gained 2 momentum. Plus the share. Which does not help.
Okay.
So, for each momentum spent, you regain 2 power.
Yes.
Yeah, you regain 2 and then 2 for each spent. We've got a max of 10.
Oh, you can go above your max.
Yeah.
It just doesn't stay that way in the next scene.
And is this one of those things where bonus momentum cannot be saved?
No. Unless you have. How did you earn bonus momentum?
You just gained regular momentum from this roll.
Yeah.
That regular momentum stays with you if you don't spend it.
Yeah, right now we're at 6 power.
You just moved up to 8 with that success.
Yeah, so 8. So 1 momentum would put us at our normal max. 2 would put us 2 over our normal max. We've got a total of 3.
Well, let's get up to our maximum power.
All right, so let's spend 1 momentum for a total, so we get all the way up to 10. We can go over our max if we want to, which is not a bad idea because that gives us 2 extra power to play with, which is another heavy-duty phaser shot.
Okay, let's do that and spend another 2 to go 2 above our max.
Okay, so let's just spend another 1 to get to 12, which leaves us with 1 momentum total left. Okay. We're at 12 power.
Oh, sorry, you're right. 12 power. Do you wish to keep the initiative?
I don't think we can.
For 1 momentum and 1 threat.
And who's remaining to go?
Rorik and Tarkin.
Yeah, let's do that. That'll be worth it, I think. Particularly since Rorik, you can direct.
Yeah, I don't know what that.
Can you rally as well? Maybe generate some momentum.
So, Rorik, direct is basically you tell someone else to do an action that they're able to perform. So, like Keldar returning more power, Torg firing again, or Tarkin to scan something. Or you can try to do something from your control, but usually direct is you directing other people on the bridge. It's a COXO power.
Yeah, and that it doesn't matter whether they've had a turn or not. Plus, when they make the roll you ordered them to, you assist them with a presence command roll. So it's kind of equivalent of them getting extra die.
And as for a rally, as Tarkin mentioned, that's a presence command at diff 0, and that's you doing a speech, and that's just a way to generate momentum. So what do you wish to do?
Tarkin.
Sorry?
Tarkin, fire again.
Torg, you mean?
Or Torg.
I'm here.
So that's in present.
What do you want me to do?
Fire again.
Okay, I can buy an extra die.
Which target?
The manga.
As a note, the difficulty to hit that ship with your banks is now... they're not long range. The diff to hit them base is diff 3.
So this ship here.
Well,
Yes.
I mean, if you wanted to do the manga, 3 is not bad, because remember, you're assisting, so he's automatically getting a die from you before he even buys a die, which he can still do.
And I'm also going to use focus on ship weapons and tactics.
Okay.
Let's go after the manga. What do I need to roll to direct him?
Presence command. And you roll 1 die since you're assisting.
Does
3 die.
tactics? Would tactics focus apply here?
Say again, sorry?
Would the tactics focus apply here?
Yes.
Two.
You roll that.
Whoop. Oh, plus the ship.
So it's at least 3 successes.
Hey, that's that 11's a hit.
Alright, let's dump 2 power in so you can roll 11. 11 challenge dice. That 11 gives us 1 momentum, I believe.
Hold on.
Well, whoop. So you guys dumped extra power into the shot?
Yeah, so we're down to a total of 9 power.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So they're going to take 7 stress to their shields. That's 1 breach so far before you throw any versatile into it.
Damn, I just punched straight through their shields.
Yeah, their shields are at full strength.
This definitely give her some strong teeth.
So I'm thinking maybe another system, devastating attack, whatever. Additional system for the versatile.
How about we target their shield system?
It's not one of the systems.
Got it.
Yeah, that way you have a chance of getting more weapons. Right.
Yeah, and if you're targeting, you have to call it before you roll it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
With additional system, that would be 3, 4, 5, 6. On his 5, it would do 1. 1 stress to their shields.
okay, so that's not even another breach, and that's not.
Or just penetrate then. That way you get more breaches.
In the hopes of dropping
Yeah.
their shields to 0.
Yeah, let's put both into penetration. That'll get rid of all
1, 2,
but
3,
1
4.
resistance from
Yep.
their scale.
So their shields pop. So that is 2 breaches so far.
Let's see what we get, Vanna. I just revealed my age there.
We talking about Wheel of Fortune still a thing? Oh, Hannah's not a thing anymore. You're right. Never mind.
She's not?
She isn't, is she?
I don't think so. I think she retired. I mean, it stopped being worth watching after Vanna went away.
Oops.
We're showing our age, but who was there last
Yeah.
time? Last thing I saw about it was mad at Pat saying extra snarky.
It's a structure and engines. Checking to see if they lost a turn. They did not.
That's the
But-
third structure.
Yeah, so now everything's harder to fix. Because now their hull is now, they have fires all over their ship. As their structure's damaged. It's isolated, it's something they can deal with, but it's getting to the point that it's actually hard to fix things now.
Is boarding like
Yeah, we can. We just don't have any crew.
It's only the
Gotcha.
6 of us, right?
so it'd be like, so which one of us is going over there to try to take that ship?
So I believe the turn goes to them at this point.
But that would count me out of being part of the board, of being one of the boarders, because somebody has to maintain weapons on our ship.
So the manga is going to take a turn.
Stupid Japanese comic book ship.
I didn't want to say anything. I was just the pronunciation that.
It warps away.
Cowards.
Oh,
Bastards.
They brought shame on
Destroy
themselves.
them.
Turn goes back to you. I can't keep the initiative. I don't have enough resources.
guess Tarkins. What can we do? Does he have access to internal systems, or is that with engineering?
Depends what you're looking for. What are you looking to do?
Well, maybe just restoring more power.
Yeah, what you're asking for is an override task. So you can attempt to do a task someone else normally can do. You just increase the difficulty by 1 because you have to work with controls that aren't optimized for that task. But you can still do it. It's just harder.
Or we can just scan for weakness in this one that's come up close range.
This one here?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's super powerful if we hit them.
Yeah,
so
I
it's
guess
one
it's
ship against 6 targets currently.
So that if you attempt to scan for weakness, that ship, it's at medium to you. Difficulties 2. Control science.
okay. I'll do that. Control science. Sensor operations applies, I assume.
Yes.
And I will give you some threat.
Great. I blew through so many of them early on.
Yeah, just kind enough to give you some more.
Thank you. The kindness of Klingons. I'm not sure I should feel good about that.
They're supposed to be threat generators, aren't they, Klingons? Just doing bold.
Well, you guys are fighting for SupQit'aH. It's a weird house.
Control sites.
I mean, they let an old man sit on the bridge. I mean, what the heck?
He survived this long. It's probably worth something. And can I get the ship's assistance as well?
You can. One hopes. Hey, the ship helped.
So that's 4. I'll re-roll the 18.
As far as I'm concerned, he has not given us a reason not to follow him.
5 successes altogether.
Trying to think of a good marker. Yeah, look with the bloody eye, indicating that you have a good lock on him. So you have a sensor lock on the bird of prey ahead of you. Well, up in orbit, I should say.
Can I use and obtain information on that in terms of potential other systems, or I don't know. Are there any obtain information spends from that task?
You could ask questions about the ship, about its crew complement, like extra information you found while looking for the weakness. Because the scan for weakness will help them hit wherever they hit the ship. So you found the hole in their sensor grid. Shield grid.
Might not be worth anything, so I'll just leave it at that. That's me.
The bird of prey you just got a lock on is... we move into the atmosphere with you. Actually, you know what? It's going to stay right in orbit. It flying around in the atmosphere seems like a bad idea. That's how crashes happen.
Stellar object fall from.
Oh, they have to though. Yeah, no, it has to. Yeah, it comes in, darn it. Because it's too hard to shoot you if it stays up in orbit. Whoops, that's not true anymore. Hold on, gotta fix the sheet. Fix the board. Do. I mean, that was close enough. I don't know why I bothered.
Can we use tractor beams to make it crash?
It's possible. That is a possibility.
Push.
So the Cavort class drops into the atmosphere, fire blazing around the shield bubble as it races through the air. I presume the Doq'connaQ'a moved a little bit away from Central City, so if debris occurs, it doesn't just fall right on the city.
Seems like a good idea.
They are going to keep the initiative. I used up one of my turns doing that.
They get to go until... yeah, because we've already gone, so...
2. Oh! Yeah, I don't have to take... I don't have to spend any. Yeah, forget that. What am I doing?
Because all of our turns are done.
Yeah. So it moves in. Then for its third turn, it fires at you. It wants to neutralize you, so it'll buy a die. 3 hits. Plus their ship helps them. Ooh, the ship actually made it harder. It's going to eat one of those hits, so I'm not going to get the extra threat. Unfortunately, it does hit you. Oh no.
Jesus.
That's vicious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Literally.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Plus 8 more. So like 19.
Oh no.
What's your resistance?
4.
So that's still 15 stress. That zeroes out your shields. You're now suffering 2 stress.
Is there some focus or something that I can take at this time to not get us so hosed?
It's called having a bigger ship.
I feel like that sounds like a value, and I feel like that's not.
The other alternative would be is if you guys reinforced your shields. That's a way to increase your resistance. But you guys were kind of busy with other stuff, so.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's a task roll to try to beef up your resistance. But thankfully, it's only 2 stress. It's only 2 stress, 2 breaches.
But our shield goes down, so 2 breaches. Yep, so we just have to do the infantryman's prayer when under artillery. Lord, for
stuff.
what we're about to receive.
Attack!
One into engines. I don't know why I typed 1. That doesn't help me. Oh, no. Gee, work with me here. Computer? Page up?
That's what
There.
holds this shirt.
The engines and what?
Engines and something. I moved away from the relevant table by accident.
Come on.
Because I'm using PDFs.
His name is.
There it is. Okay, so 1. Engines and structure. So your engine, anything to do with engines is not working properly until someone spends a minor action to basically reset them. However, you did take a hit to structure, so rolling 1 challenge dice to see if any of you got hurt from your exploding consoles. Nope. A bunch of explosions happened somewhere else in the ship, but not where you are. Your engines are impacted, your hull is impacted.
Did we already have problems with our engines earlier? You mentioned-
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
More just from not having the crew than, and not having been maintained than anything else.
Oh. Yeah. This thing has 2 more turns left. They are going to fire again because it's an NPC ship that's repeating. The difficulty is increased by 1, so instead of diff 2, it's diff 3. Buying a die.
Can we use some momentum for a swift task then? Or additional task?
It's not. You have to use it at the end for swift tasks or keep the momentum. You have to do it at the end of your turn. We're kind of in that situation now where all of us have taken our turn, so now the NPCs. Yeah, we're just
We're
Sitting on that.
screwed.
Can I ask you an out of character question, Captain?
Sure.
Pass the red line focus? Would that help the situation if I was to apply it to shield? It just seems like it's got a lot of negatives to go along with the positives. So I'm very afraid of
A focus, or is it a talent?
picture. It is a talent.
Okay. Yeah, I associate that with like helm control for some reason.
What's it called?
Pass the red line. It's in operations, so 2.
Another 2 breaches coming your way as more disruptor fire hits you. Engines and structure. This isn't good. This is really not good. You're getting hit in the same places. More stuff blows up elsewhere on the ship.
The fall and ride ball.
Yeah.
Hey, on the plus side, this is their last action because they're a scale 5 ship. But what they're going to do is ascend into orbit. Actually, you can hit them in orbit. That doesn't help them.
Okay, this is the top of the turn, so everybody gets to go.
Oh, no, I have to do all the other ships.
Oh.
Like, this is just this one ship.
Right.
They are going to... drop their shields. What's your shield value, buddy? There it is. Thank you. I'll buy a die for what I'm doing.
I think they're going to board us now.
Yeah, they attempt to beam over. And we cut to the bridge. I have too many tokens. I really need to organize my library better.
Yeah, good luck. Roll20 makes that difficult.
So it's not just very.
And they beam to the only part of the ship that has crew.
Are you the engineering officer?
I'm the engineering officer.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't know if past the red line as the XO would really
Help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have one focus. I have a really high engine.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
If you still have it available, I'll give it a look because there's a couple I have. But hey, if you find something, turn goes to you as their initiating combat was beaming into the bridge. Normally in boarding actions, they'd attack different parts of the ship to seize control of different systems, but they can tell that the only people that can resist them are here, so they're just attacking the people who are here. Normally you don't beam straight to the bridge because you'd have tons of security teams pouring in through the doors right now, shooting them to bits. But it's just you guys, so...
Can I take the turn the first time and try to beam them out into the atmosphere?
The difficulty of that task would be they're not in a pad. You don't really care where you beam them, or are you just beaming them back to their ship?
It's outside.
I don't care where I beam them. I actually was planning on just beaming them into the atmosphere so that they fall to their deaths. Or into space, whichever works.
It's a control engineering difficulty 3. It will drain one of your power to beam them.
Okay. I would like to buy a die with momentum.
And the ship helps, hopefully.
Do you want to buy more momentum?
Do you think I should buy more with momentum? What's the group consensus?
If it gets
do you
rid
have-
of all of them.
Do you have bold or cautious engineering?
No, I could take those. I still have slots available.
Well, they're one or the other, because you can't take them both for the same discipline, but they're handy to have because that lets you get rerolls. If you get cautious, if you buy extra dice with momentum, you get reroll. If you take bold, if you buy dice with threat, you get a reroll.
Okay, I'll take bold engineering.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Looks like
So I guess buy one die with momentum and one die with or threat. Would that be one threat or two threat?
2 threat for the second die.
Yeah, and you can mix it. So I'd give him like one threat and spend one more momentum. That way, we keep him kind of
Limiting my resource pool.
right.
Okay, cool. Let's do that. So that's 4 dice.
Yep.
And so this would be control plus engineering usually, but since it's a fight, could I use daring plus engineering?
Given that you're kind of doing this on the fly with people who just jumped on your bridge, I'll give it to you, sure. Especially since you're not being careful and carefully planning out the exact number of where they beam. You're like, I just want them not here anymore. Go somewhere else.
Right. You're not even that concerned about the beams collating at the other end.
Just store them in the computer.
Actually, I will point out that are you beating them like to a point where they're kind of falling, they're gonna thud and onto ground, or are you like beaming them to the point where they'll fall to their deaths, or be killed in space?
Beam them to where they'll fall to their deaths or
Okay.
be killed in space.
That will give me a threat because it's a lethal attack, technically.
Okay.
2. What's the ship?
At this point, it's self-defense.
Oh, ship. No.
Keldar, you probably want to reroll that 20.
Yeah, I do get to reroll the 20. So reroll 6. That's an additional success.
If you had a slot for technical expertise, you could reroll the ship. Or we could just spend the 2 momentum. Either way.
What is technical expertise under? Is that a focus?
It's
It's
a
a talent.
talent.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that. So I'll reroll the ship too.
Okay, doesn't help, but hey, it's not a crit.
That's right.
Crit fail, sorry.
Looks like 4 successes, so 1 momentum gained.
And the 6 Klingons who are ready to do battle immediately get beamed off the bridge.
And I might suggest, Keldar, you do a swift task and then raise the shields.
Alright, that sounds like a plan.
It'll increase the difficulty by 1, but you've got some good reroll things in place now.
Go back to regular combat music because you're not in dire straits right now. Yet, anyway.
Yeah, we just have 6 ships coming at us, but nobody on the bridge.
Right.
To
So
restore
if I-
the shields, that is... It'll cost you 1 power, difficulty of 3 because you're swift tasking, control engineering.
Well, and I believe that it goes up by 1 if the shields are all the way down.
It normally would be 1, it's bumped up to 2, and then plus 1 because you're swift tasking.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to buy a die with momentum.
Sure you don't want to buy with threat to have a reroll?
Sure, I'll do that instead. What was it? Control engineering. And I'll reroll that
Oh.
20.
The ship helps.
Okay.
2, 3. That's 4 successes. So you gained a momentum off that.
Up to 2.
Did you have a focus?
I do not have a focus.
So you have regenerated 2 shields.
And it's not on my cheat sheet. What's the spend to regenerate more?
2 for momentum.
2 per, yeah.
Shall we
Okay.
spend 2 momentum to regenerate more shields?
Yeah, I'd say, yeah, let's get 4 more back.
Give me as much shields as possible.
Cool.
So that puts us up to
6.
6. But that will keep us from getting the extra breach for getting hit with shields down, no matter what.
Whoops. Psh, I had the wrong numbers. Power is at 9 because you beamed somebody off. They've taken all their turns. This fort's going to move up.
Crap.
And it fires one of its torpedoes at you.
Pew!
Shit!
The atmosphere blazing alight as the photon torpedo rips through the air.
Wow. These people don't deserve to be the priestly house.
They hit 3 on the button, sadly. They actually hit you with the torpedo.
Jesus.
Oh, it has it on the button. 9 minus your 5. 4. I'll add 1 more to I'll increase damage by 1. Actually, I'll make that penetrating. So not 4, but 6 stress. So your shields go down. You're taking a breach because your shields went down. You're taking a breach because you took at least 5, and it has high yield because it's a torpedo, so it does an additional breach.
It's been fun playing with you guys.
And I'll note that as the torpedo rips through the air, the reason why you don't fire torpedoes in the atmosphere, the weather system gets heavily disrupted, and storms and weather gets very chaotic on the planet. If this planet takes too many of these torpedoes ripping through its atmosphere, it's going to get really dangerous to be on Bemoth for an extended period of time. Or it won't be inhospitable, but it'll have some really bad storms.
Let's get up in space and start shooting.
Oh, we need those crew. There's too many.
Oh no. I don't like how close together those numbers are. I don't.
God.
Oh no.
Good lord.
Sensors just took a hit. Oh. Engines took a hit, and sensors took 2 hits.
Ooh, that's bad for engines. That puts us at
Yeah.
4 breaches on the engines, which is equal to our scale.
Your engines are disabled.
Crap. So we can't go up or down.
No, worse. You're in gravity's a thing. Unless the engines get turned back on, you're gonna fall.
Go for the ship. Transport
Yeah.
to the other ship.
You can always go down.
So who has the better engineering score to get those engines back up?
And you're going to lose 2 power at the end of the round until it's fixed.
They can direct Keldar to do some repairs, can't they? The
It attempts to fire its... It'll take a wild shot. It'll fire its disruptor cannons at you from that distance. Difficulty of like 4.
You serious?
Good
God. There's no way. That can't hit. So it fires wildly at you. And it tries to approach, but its engines stall. Because I've rolled a complication. The same time I rolled 1 success. Oh, the ship gets to help. It might succeed anyway. Hold on. Come on, get 1 hit. Come on, ship. You piece of junk.
Strip those gears.
What are you gonna do, buddy? You are... Oh! I know what to do. Buying a die. Did I fail at this roll?
You got a crit.
Whoops, I did roll twice. There we go. 1, 2, and 3. Hey! It worked.
Nice.
There you go.
This one moves over.
Assume it imploded.
It fires a torpedo at you.
Did you do another retain the initiative? Is that right?
No, because you guys have used up all your player turns. Now each enemy ship has its scale in turns. And all these other ships haven't acted yet. The downside of being outnumbered.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, we wait.
Screwed.
I thought Keldar
Yeah, okay.
went first. I thought we started again.
Yeah,
No, that was a bonus action that happened because of they initiated a boarding attack. So they actually made their life harder by doing that because they give you guys an extra, at least 1 extra action before that round ended, or that scene ended.
So yeah, now we're just in the bend over and take it portion of the turn.
They miss. Diff was 3.
God, for small favors.
No, I thought we were generating power. Didn't we get... I thought we got our turns again. That's why. Maybe I was wrong.
This ship tried to do something.
Yeah.
And move a little bit closer. Actually, I have to roll to see if it does move closer. I'll just roll 3, just save myself effort. That last die will be the ship. Never mind, it stalls. It doesn't move. It's taking its time getting to you. I needed at least... I got 1 hit. I didn't get a difficulty, so yeah, I get to move closer.
Damn.
The ship warps over here. Fires torpedo. The firing mechanism attempts to fire, and for some reason it doesn't fire. Almost like someone screwed up arming the torpedo. Kind of go boop, goes outside and drifts across space because they forgot to turn it on to arm it.
Thank God.
This can be very crowded.
Wait, how many ships do we have surrounding us right now?
3
I see 3.
and 2 more on the way.
Assuming that Raza is going to join the fight against us. Well, and there may well be 4 because one of them cloaked.
Oh,
Gain.
that's right. I forgot about the.
Gain 2 threat.
So I did want a good beginner's adventure. So I mean, this was fun learning how it works and stuff, and then maybe we wake up from like a fever dream after this, and then we can try it again. I like that idea.
The ship warps over.
I use my dagger to rewind time back to when I had power to our engines.
Unfortunately, that's a Terran artifact. It's a thing that the original Klingon one is in the Emperor's hands currently.
Well, I've got a 5 in engineering, so I'm gonna head into warp core, and we're gonna get into some shenanigans, gang. And
Torpedo fire.
reverse.
That's a hit.
Fuck! No, Buck went last.
Your hull takes the hit. Is it even work? I'll reroll the hits because they would want to hit you. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 6 minus 5. That's still a breach because your shields are down. And that's 2 breaches because of high yield.
Those are way too close together.
Oh, weapons times 2.
Okay, I've lost track of total number of breaches.
Too many.
That's your first hits the weapons, isn't it? Hold on.
Hold on. Okay, so we've got engines have been hit 4 times. Weapons have been hit. I think weapons have been hit more than twice. Let me scroll up.
3, I believe.
I think that was the first hit on the weapons.
Engines 2, structure 2, weapons 2.
You really do not like us.
So yeah, it looks like that is the first on the weapons. Space 2. Trying to put it in Discord so maybe it doesn't scroll up so fast. And structure. It's 2. Engines 4, weapons 2, structure 2.
That sounds about right. What?
They move in the atmosphere. Warp. They fire.
Please miss.
That is a miss.
Thank God. Well, tell me they're not trying to board.
Odd. We can't take these numbers.
I know it.
Let's go to warp, Lorsing.
What we need to do is activate
We need those engines back online.
Keldar should go first in this round. Is it back to us going?
Yes. You're less in combat and more time sensitive. Each round that that goes by, you're at risk of taking breaches as they continue bombarding you with torpedoes. Because right now you're just surrounded, and you're just being hit by a fleet's worth of fire.
We need to activate the redundant systems engines. We've basically got another
damage tier.
Yeah. So they, instead of being disabled, they become damaged, which makes them a little bit easier to deal with, and they're actually working to some degree. So, yeah, we activate the reserve engines, and then Keldar I'd say you roll to repair the damage. The effect of which difficulty repair is 3. Is that something we can do during this, or do we just?
Well, think of it like combat turn. So somebody's taking their action for the round.
Right.
You can attempt to repair it.
Take mine first.
Keldar can attempt to repair it, but he can't do it from here. He'd have to actually leave the bridge and go to the damaged areas because he has no crew to direct.
Right. Okay. So if we activate the redundant system, what does damaged mean? Tasks are increased in difficulty by 2. But at least you would have engines.
So, can I activate the redundant systems and still run out to go physically repair them, or does that count as like 2 interactions or something?
Movement is something you can do. You won't get there until the top of next round.
Okay.
You could do that. You could turn it on and leave.
Do we need to? Does he need to do anything? Is there any kind of minor action that we need to do before we warp out of here once we activate the redundant systems?
He would need at least one minor. You had to flick because the impact tag is still on you.
Okay.
But thankfully, movement isn't a minor action. So.
Okay, but
What are the chances of activating the cloaking device? Would that be beneficial?
no, we don't want to do that now. That eating up too much power because we're gonna have to spend a bunch of power to warp out of the system. Pretty much most everything we got left.
Oda.
Because our only chance now is to run. Much as it
So
pains me to say that.
I could activate the redundant engines and do a restore power task.
The thing to remember is every time somebody's doing a task, while we're not in combat, we're still under fire. So all I'm trying to do is get engines running so we can warp out.
Okay.
I can start the redundant Keldar on the bridge.
I don't think there's necessarily. Let me read the talent.
I can run the engineering console.
Well, hold up. When engines become damaged or disabled, the crew may choose to activate the backups as a minor action.
Okay.
So, we basically need 2 minors here. One to activate the engines, and then another minor action to restore the engines to functionality, basically. But we don't have any momentum to buy the extra minor.
You can give me a threat in exchange.
Okay. We're still gonna have. There's no way to avoid. Can Oda do this from the command chair?
Yes.
Okay, so you take a threat for extra minor, activate the redundant systems, restore, and then warp out.
How much power are you throwing into the warp?
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna throw in. We're currently at 7, so I'm throwing 6. And plot a course for the nearest SupQuit'aH friendly or controlled system, and warp out.
Odd. I recommend we flee to the Azletza expanse. It's going to be very dangerous in there, but that will make it harder for them to chase after us.
Course laid in. Warp now.
As the ship roars across space and rips through the atmosphere, past the gaggle of ships that are bombarding your last position. You hear creaks and groans coming from the rest of the ship, and the engineering panel shows there are various EPS overloads happening across the ship. Thankfully, the backup systems are keeping it from being too bad. However, There. One torpedo just barely grazes your ship, and the whole ship shakes and various panels explode. I'm gonna roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 challenge dice to see if any of you get hurt. If an effect roll comes up, then we're at risk of someone being injured. And basically going left to right, so Tarkin, Keldar, Oda, Sasir, Rorik, Torg. Oh no.
Tarkin.
Damn.
Is that 6? Can I use my determination if it's tough?
You can use your. You can give me 2 threat to avoid the injury. If you use determination, you'll still be injured, and at the end of the scene, the injury hits you.
Oh, okay.
So do you want to avoid the injury or go down?
Yes, I'll avoid the injury.
As your panels explode, Tarkin, with some level of experience with this nonsense, goes, nope, steps away from his post, which is normally a punishable offense, right up until a bolt of electricity and plasma sears the seat he was sitting in.
Takes more than that to kill this old man.
New scene, your power re-engages to full.
Oda looks around to, I think our shields come back too, do they not?
They do, yep.
Oda looks around to his crew. Stupid sheet. Damn it. And says, no Klingon enjoys fleeing from a battle, but only a fool fights in a burning house.
To win a battle, yet to lose a war is no victory.
Winning a battle is honorable, but true glory lies in winning the war. The lore stinger is correct. House SupQit'aH, for the moment, is a desperate man, and we have many throats to slit.
How'd Oda, shall I begin repairs on the engine?
I think we will all be doing repairs. But yes, you all fought well. And your loyalty to SupQit'aH will be remembered.
On my honor, your tales will be sung. Today and forever. And all of you, when she says that, you recognize that that is a historian who's claiming that this is going to be one of the tales of the house, that she's going to make sure it's going to be something she's going to memorize and make sure anyone she teaches knows this story. There's some stories that are just, you kind of should know, but then there's, no, I'm going to remember this one. I'm going to memorize this one. Instead of leaving it to a book or a scroll.
Right. Okay, Oda's going to put one of his 2s into engineering because I figure it's going to be all hands on deck for repairs.
Well, it's just with engineering as well, seeing as I have a 2 in that.
Lore Singer, I'll need you to go through the records and your knowledge of the current status of SupQit'aH and those who we can count on and those who we cannot. We are going to need crew and supplies, safe havens to retake our house's honor.
Yes, Lord. She nods. Referring to your house title rather than your captain title at that point.
Yeah.
And she turns and immediately starts tapping away, and her screen turns into a mess of house information and data. Recommend we bring up the cloak. We're going to If I were them, I'd send at least 2 or 3 ships to chase after us.
I nod toward Keldar.
I will engage the cloaking device.
Control engineering, difficulty 3.
How much power does that eat?
1, I believe. I'm gonna look at the sheet, it should
Just
say.
the right amount.
Oh yeah, there's a sheet.
Power requirement of 3.
Good thing the power.
Oh, your power's back. Never mind.
Yeah. I'm not gonna worry about it if we're not in combat.
And I believe, is that a difficulty 3 task?
Yes. The ship does assist with this.
Can I assist as well?
Sure. Is there anymore? Nope, they're not there. They're not there. I misclicked. Sorry, folks. There you go.
Ah!
Surprise, they're zombies.
They should be dead.
Plus the ship, if I can find my mouse. Mouse, hello. There you are.
The roll, I'm assuming, presence plus in.
Oh, nice.
Hey, that's a hit. Presence plus command eye. Or engineering, if that's better for some reason. Hey, generating momentum. And the ship cloaks. And as the SupQuit'aH races across the stars, banished from all eyes, tales were told of the space around Bamoth. Eventually, the manga returned to the area, and the various birds of prey of the 3 traitor houses invaded Bamoth and seized it for their own. With the assurance of the victory at hand, the manga comes about, does some calculations, and almost begins to warp away when it gets a communication from Bamoth. It then redirects, not on the path for which the survivors fled, but to elsewhere within the sector. That was the tale of the flight of the Doq'connaQ'a. They have survived this tale. There's much more yet to come for them and their house. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all next time. And hopefully, there'll be a lot less birds of prey willing to kill them. But no promises.